and welcome to our community meditation. And good morning to all of you who are joining us online today. Thank you for being with us as we connect in consciousness. My name is Kelly Marshall, and I am your practitioner for the day. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones so that we may have an uninterrupted experience together. This meditation is a blend of spoken word and silence accompanied by beautiful music. It will last approximately 15 minutes. Today, I'm going to present to you an affirmative prayer meditation done in first person. After each of the first 4 steps, there'll be time for contemplation. I hope that you'll enjoy this experience with me today. As we begin our meditation, please feel free to assume whatever position is most comfortable for you and to begin to notice your breath. This is a place of peace. This prayer is one for oneness and wholeness. There is one life. That life is God. That life is perfect. And that life is every life. The infinity, almighty presence, the allness and wholeness of the universe. This is the power of spirit. This omnipotent creative force is all, in all, as all. This source from which everything comes into reality is the absolute truth. For spirit is simply all there is. My whole being is the life of God. I am unified with pure spirit. I am one with the all-vitalizing power of the universe. I am life. I am love. I am one with it. My nature is wholeness. I recognize this truth. I know that it is true for myself. I know that it is true for everyone everywhere. I am filled and overflowing with the power of Spirit and recognize my wholeness. I am a wondrous being of vitality and wholeness, a godchild of wisdom. I live my life based on principle. Every experience is for my highest and greatest good. Every idea manifest. My experience is one of perfection. I am a beacon in the universe for truth. My connected consciousness spreads light and love throughout the world. That light and love emanates from me. It is spirit in action. I create an experience of a mind on an upward spiral of elevated consciousness. this divine idea of peace and oneness flows through me out into all humanity here and everywhere. I am the I am. For this knowing, I am forever grateful. There is an effervescent flow of energy that moves through me, that expands with this gratitude. Knowing I can of my own self do nothing, it is Spirit that does the work. For all of this and more, I am thankful. I release my word into the infinite space of the universe, knowing that all is done perfectly, completely, with wholeness and love and peace in the mind of God. And together, in this meditation, we anchor those words within "so it is." This concludes today's meditation. Thank you for joining us today for this spiritual practice. Our celebration service begins at 10 a.m.
Start my day with peace. feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace, and I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with
Something's calling me.
It was like something was calling me and pulling me into a different direction. And then I found Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas. My relationship with the center has shown me a deeper realization of God and how this indwelling presence guides, sustains, and directs me in every capacity and every experience in my life. As I continue to study the teachings of these great mystics and sages, I will find more love, peace, and a general sense of universal good and harmony in my life.
Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before.
Is something calling you?
Keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real with Reverend Laura. Keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real with Reverend Laura.
This is Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas. At CSL Greater Las Vegas, it is our mission to inspire spiritual discovery through community connection, exploration, and celebration. This mission supports the all-inclusive vision of Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide, in which we envision a world that works for everyone and all of creation.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Laura, and it is my pleasure to be here with you again this Sunday morning. What a beautiful day it is in the Las Vegas Valley, isn't it? Yes. Fabulous day today. All right, we are here to have a wonderful time, to do a little bit of singing and dancing, if you like, clapping and enjoying yourselves immensely. We're going to start off with our song for the month, The Energy of God. The words are going to be on the screen. You're welcome to stand if you'd like. Anna said dance. Join me, please.
Yeah, I am the energy of God. 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 Yeah.
Oh, what a wonderful day. Since we're in the spirit of saying hi to everyone, let's turn and wave to the people on our cameras and give them a howdy and hello from us here live in person. Everybody that's joining us online today, we are so blessed to have our robust online audience. We're so thrilled. We usually have about 100 people joining us throughout the week online, so it's a wonderful experience for people in both ways. So let's just take in a nice deep breath. Just release a little of that energy and bring it inward as we go into our more contemplative time. I'm going to invite up our practitioner of the day, Kelly Marshall, who is going to do our affirmation and invocation today. Kelly?
Good morning. Please join me in saying this week's affirmation. I'll read it aloud and then we'll say it together. My mind is a magnet for all that is good. I attract blessings effortlessly. And now let's turn within as we prepare for this morning's invocation.
Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love.
And Spirit does flows through each one of us here and those joining us from elsewhere. We are one together as we come into this community today in wisdom and peace and love. There is no place where this presence is not recognized, and it is through that presence that all things are possible. It is with infinite divine blessing that I welcome each person here, and each person that we will meet once we leave, and will be able to bestow the blessings of Spirit upon them as we walk through the world together. It is done. It is as I believe, and it is done right now in this moment with perfect peace. Grateful for all that is divinely unfolding, grateful for each one of us. I anchor this idea in the unfoldment of all that is perfect by saying, and so it is.
Well, thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that immensely. And I want to just acknowledge my appreciation for our music director, Justin. He couldn't be here with us, but he made sure that he had all of the music recorded. And so when he comes back next week, give him a little extra love just for not being here. He was very disappointed to not be able to show up today. But like I said, he got the music all ready for us. So we are so grateful and so blessed. So this month we have been spending the time going back to our basic understanding of the principles and the practices that we use here at Centers for Spiritual Living. We practice a philosophy called Science of Mind. It was originated in the early 1900s, around 1920s, by our founder, Ernest Holmes, in Southern California. And he was a great synthesizer. He could take the works of different faith traditions and different philosophers and different people who were contemporary writers of his at the time and bring it all together into this synthesized idea of how the universe works, what spirit is, and how we can actually begin to use it. So in the first week of the month, well, the first week we had our dedication, but the second week of the month, we talked about the thing itself is what Ernest called it. Actually had 88 names for God, but he used the thing itself very frequently because for him it was a name for spirit that had no kind of attachment to it. You know, when some people hear the word God, they have a preconceived idea of what God is. Generally, it's a bearded guy sitting up in heaven shaking his finger at you. As Joel Goldsmith calls it, a super Santa Claus God, making a list and checking it twice. So there are all kinds of ideas about what this thing itself is. And he had these list of what we believe statements and principles that he used to explain the thing itself and how it works in the world. So we've talked a little bit about the what we believe statements. We've used some of those. We actually heard them all on the first Sunday at our dedication. But we also have a list of things called core concepts. And so the core concepts talk about the nature of the universe, the nature of spirit, and how we actually can apply it in ourselves. So this is the fourth core concept. And this today speaks about what it does and how it works. In the infinite nature of God, all conceivable good is eternally available, ready to flow into human experience. Through a cosmic process, this flow of good is activated and or increased by human belief, faith, and acceptance. The expression of this essential belief, faith, and acceptance is prayer. So we're going to spend some time today talking about these ideas and really delve deeply into our form of prayer here. Ernest had two ways of describing spirit. He described it as the love and the law. And the love is the givingness of spirit, that overflow of spirit, that way that it is constantly pouring itself forth into expression. And then the law is the way it works, kind of the rules and so forth that it uses to work through it. Ernest is famous for saying it is all love, yet all law. And what he means by that is that the love actually works through the law. That the love works through it, but the love rules the law. The love is the overarching thing. Again, that's the spirit, that's that idea, the givingness, the giving nature of spirit to everything. Love is divine givingness. Law is the way it works through. Love is spontaneous. It doesn't have to be initiated. It doesn't, it's just waiting for an outlet. It is always constantly flowing through us, and it's just waiting for that receptive vessel for it to fill it up. And then the law is impersonal. Now, by that he means that the law doesn't discriminate, doesn't care. As it's written, it rains on the poor and the weak as well as the strong and the healthy, just is equally. It doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care what you've done. It doesn't care what came before this moment. The law just works impersonally. So this love, this divine givingness of spirit is always out there waiting for that vessel. I love the phrase that spirit abhors a void. So, if there is something to be filled, it is ready to rush in and fill it. All we need to do is be receptive to it and available to it and not say, well, we don't deserve this or push it away or anything else like that. We open up that channel through which spirit flows in. Ernest goes on to say the divine mind is infinite. It is infinite and eternal. It is everlasting. And it contains all knowledge and all wisdom. But before it can reveal its its secrets, it must have an outlet. It has to have the thing that is receptive. It is constantly working. Last week I talked a little bit about quantum physics and these waves of possibility that exist continuously. Always out there existing, always looking for that place where it can collapse into form. Everything exists in all possibilities for us. It's just looking for the outlet. Now these words, he actually wrote them in capital letters, so I included them in capital letters. what we draw from it, we must draw through the channel of our own minds. In other words, we can only receive what we can actually begin to believe we can receive. It has to come through the channel that we make available for it. How do we do that? How do we actually begin to open up to the entire givingness of Spirit that is available to us at all times? Well, we've talked about this forever and ever. We do it through our practices. We do it through our time spent in contemplation and meditation. We do it through the practice of our prayer, our spiritual mind treatment, that is affirmative and uplifting and knowing the truth without any conditions. Ernest says that a unity must be established and a conscious connection must be made before we can derive the benefit which the greater mind is willing to reveal or impart to us. We have to make contact with Spirit. We have to initiate it. We have to open ourselves up to it. We have to be that receptive vessel. And we have to believe it's possible. Last week I spoke a lot about it is done unto you as you believe. As in when you believe, and as in how you believe. It is done unto you as you believe. If we have made conscious contact with Spirit, if we have opened ourselves up to the possibility of all of this good coming into our lives, we've made ourselves receptive to it, and then we believe it's possible, then all kinds of things can happen for us. And again, the universe is impersonal. It doesn't judge. It doesn't care what things you did yesterday that make you feel like maybe you're unworthy today. It doesn't care that that person over there did something wrong yesterday and now they're unworthy today. That never even crosses its mind. Spirit is just looking for that void to fill. The problem is that we think we're unworthy. And so we close off to the flow of Spirit into our lives. Our limiting beliefs of what is possible and our limiting beliefs about what we deserve are what bring about the experiences that we have in life. And so as we begin to open up to that greater experience, then we find that we are filled with that Spirit. Someone mentioned something to me last week about how good I looked at that moment. And I said, right now I am content. I am content with my life. And content's not a word I use very often. Usually when people ask me how I am, it's all, I'm wonderful, because that's what I feel like. But I felt in that moment content, like everything in my life was going beautifully. I've just bought a new house. I have 2 amazing little puppies. Our center has opened into this amazing space, and I get to play. I get to have fun doing what I do. I was just putting something on Facebook yesterday, and I wrote on there, I absolutely love when I can mix my arts and crafts with my spirituality. And so when I can get to play here, and I can get to do things like walk this amazing labyrinth whenever I come in here to work, and you're welcome to come too. Come and walk it with us. We're open from 10 to 4 on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays right now. Come and walk the labyrinth. What an amazing experience it is for this community to have this beautiful structure here where we can actually begin to make conscious contact with Spirit, where we can begin to clear away those limiting beliefs, those ideas of lack and limitation and unworthiness that have plagued us for so long. When we can set all that stuff aside, then we actually begin to experience how Ernest describes it. We are surrounded by and immersed in a perfect life, a complete, normal, happy, sane, harmonious, and peaceful existence. But only as much of this life as we can embody will really be ours to use. We are surrounded by all of the goodness of Spirit, and it is constantly available to each and every one of us. We just have to clear away the things that are blocking it. As I said earlier, we do this in our spiritual practices. Today I want to focus on one of our most powerful practices, and that is spiritual mind treatment. For me, spiritual mind treatment is three things. There is fire. There is passion in it. It really can light you up. It lights me up, I know. There's faith. There's a deep, unshakable belief in the power of that eternal goodness always giving itself into expression. And then there's the form, the structure. And that just delights my little scientist mind. So our spiritual mind treatment has lots of different, I wouldn't call them rules, but certainly guidelines that go along with it to make it that effective treatment. Now, as I've said many times, I was a former science teacher, and so I love that whole scientific method. And what's the first thing that we do? We make a hypothesis. We make a question. I wonder how much good I could have. Now we set about proving it. By doing these principles, we follow the principles that are inherent in this belief system. And those principles set us up to experiment. And we experiment through our treatment, through finding those phrases that really set off that fire inside of us, finding that time that we spend developing our belief system that builds that faith, along with evidence that it works, which builds the faith even greater. So treatment, according to Ernest here, it's a statement in the law. Again, remember, the law doesn't judge. It is impartial, impersonal. The law just does what it does. Just like the soil, when you plant the seed in it, doesn't care whether it's a tomato seed or a mustard seed or whatever, it's going to do what it does to the seed. It's impersonal, impartial. Treatment is active, not passive. Remember those old prayers that we might have heard in our youth that was something like, "Oh, please, God, help me"? That's passive. That's just sitting back and saying, "Oh, I don't have any responsibility here. I just turning it over to the universe and letting the universe try to fix this problem for me." We don't do that in treatment. It is very active. Not only are the words in treatment active, but what you do with it afterwards is. There's a famous saying, in fact, I was just reading on the minister's listserv about the origins of this. Treat and move your feet. You may have heard that. We treat and move our feet. They believe the origins of it came from the Quakers, who would say, pray and then take action. You can't just sit around. You've got to actually do what you're called to do. Once you've admitted spoken the prayer out loud, then you have to take action on what you're called to do. And you will be called to do actions. A lot of those actions are releasing or surrendering or letting go. And sometimes that can be really tough for us. And the third thing about treatment here is we never hope in treatment. We know. Hope is good. If you don't have hope, if you are in despair and you don't have hope, it is good to have hope. This is what Ernest says about hope. Hope is good. It's better than despair. But it is a subtle illusion, and it is an unconscious compromise. It has no part in effective mental treatment. We know. And if you're trying to find something that you can't know yet, break it down into little parts and begin to know the little bit that you can know right now. As I used an example last week about treating for finances. I couldn't know that I had $1 million in the bank, but I could know that I paid my bills on time. I broke it down into little sections that I could believe in incremental ways until my faith was built where I could believe more. So spiritual mind treatment has 5 stages. This is the form. In the first stage we call it recognition. The first stage is all about the thing itself. Whatever name you use for God, doesn't matter. Whatever way you identify it, doesn't matter. But what you want is something that moves you inside. Something that begins to build that sense of the magnificence and the omniscience and the mighty of spirit. That first core concept, we believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, self-existent cause. We believe in something that is incredibly giving, that is always available, and that is all-powerful, all-knowing, always present. And so that first stage of recognition, we build a big God. We build it up in our consciousness. We build it up till we feel it inside of our bodies. Some people use lots of flowery language, like God is as vast as all the stars in the sky, or the grains of sand on the beach. God is more numerous than all the leaves on the trees. Some people say it very plainly. God is absolute abundance. Both say the same thing, but what feels better for you? There's no right or wrong, but it's what resonates inside of you. What builds up that fire inside of you? Our second stage of treatment is unification. If God is all that, and God created from this universe of itself, there was nothing else but God, so everything that God created has to be a product of it. It has to be imbued with the same substance that the thing itself is. Therefore, if God is all that, I am too. And I begin to unify myself with that by making statements about how God and I are alike. I live an abundant life filled with infinite possibilities. Same as God. I am one with a divine flow of energy always moving through me. Same as God. We do this until we get that feeling. Again, if God's all that, I have to be it too. If we were treating for somebody else at this time, we would unify them also, but we're not doing that. We're going to treat for ourselves today. The third stage is all about knowing, and it's about knowing truth. That's the stage that we work on those things that we can know. And if we have to do it in increments, then we do it in increments. So in my realization stage, I made the statement, I pay my bills on time. I know I have money left over. Those were little incremental stages that I could do. Notice that it is an affirmation. It is first person. I'm using I and me and my. There are powerful declarative words in there that are absolute. There's no different. There's no, well, maybe sometimes I do it, maybe sometimes I don't do it. It's absolute at that moment. And it's clear. And we speak about whatever it is that we are wanting to realize in our lives. If you're working on health, then you would speak about how your body is functioning perfectly, that each cell is in harmonious union with every other cell, that there is a flow and an energy of life that is moving through your body constantly. If you're talking about relationships, I know that everyone I greet in my experience is the face of the divine, and it is God seeing God at every moment in my experience. If you're talking about a new job, what is it that you want to have in that new job? I know I have a job that fulfills me creatively, that meets all of my needs, that is perfect for me at this time in my life. Powerful affirmations, powerful statements of truth, but they need to be what you can believe. It can be helpful to stretch it a little bit, because we always leave room for this and something better in our experience. But if you get it too far, then you can't, well, my BS button gets pushed if I go too far with it. If I am saying something that I can't believe, there's just no way. And if I feel it inside, it's an internal button. I had it installed a long time ago. Unfortunately, there's no recall on it. And then once we've done all of that, as Meister Eckhart said, the best prayer that you could ever give is one of thanksgiving. We just give thanks. We don't give thanks for a whole laundry list of everything, but we give thanks for the feeling that is moving through us. We give thanks for the knowing that we have that Spirit is operating in our lives right now. We give gratitude out that this is already done. And the last stage we call release. That's that surrender part. If all of this is true, if Spirit is as magnificent as you've described, if you are one with Spirit, and if everything that you've said in that realization is true, what is left for you to do? Let it go. Generally, we say we release it into the law, because the law is always doing what the law does. And the law is impartial, and it's going to take effect. And we close our prayers generally with the phrase, "and so it is," which is just an affirmation of our belief in this is done, and we're going to let it go. You ready to play a little bit? Yeah. All right. So what I'd like you to do is to bring a condition to mind right now. Something that you're experiencing. Doesn't have to be big. Maybe you have an appointment to get to and you're not sure you're going to make it on time. Maybe you have a cold right now and you want to feel better tomorrow. Maybe you want looking for that new job or a new relationship or financial abundance. Whatever that thing is, just bring it to mind. And now just set it aside. And let's begin to contemplate that thing itself. All of those 88 names, infinite intelligence, creation, love, peace, joy, harmony, balance. Whatever it is that works for you, just begin to bring those names to mind and to sit with the feeling of the allness of Spirit. We are surrounded by and immersed in an intelligence that is always operating for our greatest good. How big is your God? How big is Spirit to you? Is it as vast as the universe? Or does it contain 100 trillion universes? How big can you make that feeling? How powerful is Spirit for you? Is it that all-knowing, always acting force for good in your life? Is it on the job now, making this happen for you? What is your feeling around the power and the magnificence of this thing itself? How loving is this presence? Do you feel it surrounding you and swaddling you, moving past the barriers of your body, flowing through you, creating that entwined, dynamic force of good? How much joy can you feel in the presence of the divine? as it lights up your life. And now, remembering that Spirit created from its own essence and its own energy, and everything was created from that same matter and material. Know that you are one with it. Feel that energy of love moving through you. Feel that power and that omnipotence as it moves into expression. Feel the abundance of Spirit in your life right now. Know that you are one, that there is absolutely no separation between Spirit and you, that it sees you as its most beloved and embraces you with overwhelming joy. And now let's turn right back to that condition and find those truths that you are willing to experience around that situation. And say to yourself those affirmations. I am willing to experience freedom from whatever that thing is. I am willing to experience greater connection with others. I know that I am infinite and abundant right here and right now. And I know that all of the perfect opportunities exist in my experience. I open myself to the flow of Spirit as it moves into expression in my experiences. Take a moment and massage those sayings and create your own. And feel that fire being stoked inside of you. And now we just give thanks. I am grateful to know the action and the activity of the divine is happening in my experience now. It is with overwhelming gratitude and thanksgiving that I embrace all that is available to me. I am so grateful to know, to see it happening, to be a witness for the flow of Spirit into my experience. What are those statements of thanksgiving that move you? And then we just let it go. I release this word into the law that is always operating for the highest and greatest good in my experience. I let it go and I let it be. And together we say, and so it is. You just did a spiritual mind treatment. Power inside of you, the fire inside of you, the faith that is back of it will bring about a change in any condition in your life. It might not always be the change you want, but it will shift. Our task is always to clear away those things that block us from our good, because our good is continuously available to us. We just have to open up to it and remove those things, those ideas, those limiting beliefs that have stopped us from experiencing it before. I kind of feel like we've prayed, but I think I need to pray. So would the practitioners stand and surround the sanctuary for us, holding us in consciousness throughout our time. I appreciate them, these beloved souls. Spend 4 years learning this form of treatment. 4 years building their consciousness. 4 years lighting that fire inside of them. And we are blessed. So if you would, just turn within. I like to close my eyes. Take in a nice deep breath. And so right here and right now, I know that there is only one power, one presence, one divine creative source of all. That one goes by many names and shows up in many incarnations, but I simply know it as that creative love intelligence. That guiding and directing force that has brought forth everything into existence. The isness, the allness, the fullness of all life, of all creation, of everything that has ever been and everything that is yet to be. All a perfect emanation of that one. And because there's only one, I know that I am one with it. I know that all that Spirit is resides right at the heart of my being. That I am that infinite loving intelligence. That it is moving itself into expression in my experience right here and right now. And as I know this is true for me, I know this is true for everyone. For each one of us is that perfect emanation of that divine, creative, loving intelligence that wants only to express itself through each and every one of us. And so knowing this truth, I speak my word. I know that right here and right now, each one of us is a channel, a vessel for the impress of Spirit. That it is flowing itself into expression in all areas of our lives. No matter what the condition is, it is available for us to use it to bring about a change. And as we begin to understand that and embody that and embrace that and be willing to release those things that no longer serve us, we see the demonstration of Spirit in our lives. We see the movement and the flow and the ecstasy and the joy that is available to us at all times. And how good it is to know this, how good it is to feel it and see it in action in this community right here and right now. And so I just simply release this word into that law, to that in creative love intelligence that knows no limits, that never says no, that is always unfolding itself for the highest and greatest good of all. I let it go and I let it be, and together we say, and so it is.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Beautiful, thank you. Oh. And so now is that time in our service when we accept your generous donations to help support our community. We have lots of ways for you to give. You can give in cash and check donations here today. You can go online to our website, CSLGLV.org/donate, and give that way. You can give through text to give. We have a phone number on the board. And you can Zelle if you like to do Zelle. Just Zelle it to admin@CSLGLV.org. All right, we have a little affirmation because we love affirmations here. If you are giving today, would you put your hand over your heart? If you gave electronically, put your hand over your heart. If you're giving next week, put your hand over your heart. In other words, just put your hand over your hearts. And repeat after me. I joyously and gratefully support my Center for Spiritual Living. Through my spiritual practices. Through my acts of service. Through my financial contributions. I know that who I am and what I do makes a difference in my life, in the life of my community, and in the entire world. And so it is. We're going to sing Circulation, so if you want to stand and do the hand movements with me.
Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Circulation.
And so we just simply gratefully receive all of these generous donations, knowing that we are blessed by the bounty that is present here. We are blessed by the consciousness of the love that has brought forth all of this good into our lives. We are blessed by Spirit and the flow of it in through our lives, through our financial abundance. It is unlimited and never ending, and we are so grateful. And so it is. Kelly, I think it's your time. Kelly's up here for announcements.
Yes, it does. Okay, if you've been following along for the past couple months, the saga of the slides, we're going to try again today and see if we can match the words to the pictures. Well, as we get started today, I just want to remind you that the annual member meeting is on Sunday, February 25th, immediately following the Sunday service right here in this room. You'll be receiving an email, if we have your email address, with all of the details. And if we don't have an email address for you, you'll receive one via mail. Those are scheduled to go out later this week. Also this week is the giving letters. Those are also going to your emails. There's no slide yet. Those are also going to your emails. So if you need to update your contact information for us today, whether you're a member or not, please feel free to stop in the lobby where you'll find a couple of clipboards where you can update that for us, and we can update it in the system for you. Look at that. Well, Leap into Love is a great February fundraiser that we're starting this Thursday early in the morning. You're going to receive an email each day, 29 days of spiritual practices for experiencing deeper connections for yourself and others. Every morning, that email will contain a unique spiritual practice that is designed to help you deepen those connections and bring more love into your life. You can also join a private Facebook group and attend an optional Zoom meeting once a week with Reverend Laura to talk about your experiences as you try out these spiritual practices for yourself. Registration for that can be done here in the back of the sanctuary after service today or on our website. Coming up this Thursday, and every Thursday for 6 weeks, is Spiritual Economics with our very own Scott Edwards. This is a wonderful opportunity to explore the ideas of prosperity, abundance, and spirituality in all areas of your life using this fantastic book by Eric Butterworth. Again, that's at 5 p.m. It is free to attend and starts this Thursday. Sacred circles. You've heard us speak of those quite often since we moved into this brand new space. And this coming February, we're starting with a brand new one. Fun and Games at CSLGLV is an opportunity for you to socialize, laugh, and play games with others as you come together in fellowship here in this room. That'll be the second Friday of each month, starting February 9th at 6:30. You can let us know you're coming, or you can just drop in. That's up to you. Also, coming up on February the 6th is our Tuesday Supper Club. This month's host is the always wonderful Clay T. White, and she is going to meet us at Bahama Breeze on Flamingo. So if you'd like to RSVP for that, we do need to know you're coming, and you can do that at cslglv.org. And finally, a special Soul Crafters coming up this Saturday, February 3rd at 10 o'clock, where we're going to explore the spiritual practice of altars with Reverend Laura. I'm going to ask her to give you a little bit more information about that.
Remember I said I like to mix my creativity with spirituality? Yeah, this is it. So I'm a potter. That's one of the things I love to do. And so for this experience, we're going to make our own unique altar piece out of clay. And then I'm going to go through some of the ways that you can set up altars in your home, a little bit of the symbolism, the elements, things that you might want to consider for special events or different topics and so forth. I love altars. I have them all over my house, and I love creating things with clay. So what a perfect blend of spirituality and creativity. So come join us. It is $10, which is just a nominal fee to cover the materials that I will be giving you for this experience. But you must sign up in advance so I have enough material for everyone. So please, if you need any help with that, Kaylee is in the back, as always, ready to assist you with any kind of registrations that you want. 10 o'clock, 10 to 12. 10 to 12, and be prompt. In fact, if you could get here early, great. Because we will start. If those of you that experience anything with me, I start on time. So, and you're might miss some of the critical instructions. So be on time, be early if you want. We're going to be right here in the sanctuary, playing with clay. Don't tell Justin. He does the cleaning. No, we'll be fine. Is there something else I wanted to say? Hope you join us at Bahama Breeze. If you haven't experienced the supper clubs, it's wonderful. You go in, you order off the menu, you pay for your own food. No fuss, no muss. You can get what you want, and we have a great time spending a couple hours with each other in fellowship. And Bahama Breeze is a great restaurant, so looking forward to that. So I've been using different benedictions to close us out. Today's benediction actually comes from chapter 3 in The Science of Mind, the words of Ernest Holmes. So would you stand? And if you're so called, join hands. All right, repeat after me. Here and now. I am surrounded by. And immersed in. An infinite good. How much of this infinite good is mine? of it. And how much of it can I use? As much as I can embody. And so it is. All right. Join us singing Use Me.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
And I have another announcement I forgot. If you want to experience the power of prayer, our prayer room is open and our practitioners stand ready for you. Go and join them. It's in the far corner over here. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week.